Hello everybody, and good morning to you guys, or whatever time of day it is when you're watching this. Welcome back to Let's Build Newcrest, and today we're going to be taking a very special look at this new lot that I'm building. This one episode is a bit twofold. The lot didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would, so there's a lot of extra time where I just spend playing with my sim. So, and I'm kind of excited to get into that a little bit later. The house here is also very small, and it has a basement. And one of the good things about this build is that it is all here for under 20,000 simoleons. So it's a good little starter home. It doesn't have all the luxuries, but it has, well, what it has is very cozy, and we'll leave it at that. So I'm very sorry about not putting out an episode yesterday, because you know, sometimes things happen and I'm the most easily distracted person in the world, I think. So it was totally my bad, but it was also, and while it was totally my bad, I mean, my software had something to do with it. So the first thing that happened was I tried to render a game, this episode, the time lapse, while I was recording another video. Pro tip, don't do that, because I ended up with a blank video and it spent 2 hours trying to render it, so I got 20 minutes of nothing for it. Like, no. Thankfully, none of the footage was ruined and I was able to do it again, and it only took an hour the second time because I wasn't in the middle of another game. So that is good. The second thing that happens was I tried to do the voiceover, and I got through the entire episode, and then I looked at the recording and it didn't have my mic. It wasn't set to record my microphone. It had something really weird, like the speakers as my microphone. So Audacity, I don't know why it switched. Why would you ever switch with that? Audacity, you've got some explaining to do. Maybe it was probably me accidentally misclicking something and not realizing it. So that happened, and by that time it was late and I didn't want to disturb anybody with talking, so I had to wait until the morning. So that's my bag of excuses for that. I've also been just totally obsessed with this Sims 4 blog that I've been doing, and I should have the link to it in the description down below. Not that it would be above or anything. So if you guys are ever feeling like reviewing what's happened or anything like that, you can just click on that and take a look. There's backstories to all the characters that I create. There's a bunch of pictures that are in really nice quality. There's all sorts of things, and I highly recommend you check it out. Also, there's the rules to the challenge included, so it took me a while to be able to get to the status where I could post a new thread on the Sims forums, because it requires that you have 30 posts and 50 points, which are earned through various things like how long you've been there, the amount of likes you've gotten, little milestones like, you know, directing your quote at somebody using the @ symbol, you know, that sort of thing. So that took a while. That took about a day to be able to get full membership status so I could post to things. And yeah, now that I've got that blog up and running, it's pretty cool. I also want to make sure to mention that I'm having a live stream later today at twitch.tv/Rendora. And if you want to take a look and check that out, we'll be playing more of The Sims 4, like usual. And I've been contemplating getting back into Skyrim. I think that some of you guys, a lot of you guys, came to me for the Skyrim, and then I've been like off doing Sims 4 things, and I'll definitely try to get back into that. It's a great game. The one problem with it is that it just requires a lot of forethought and planning, and these Sims 4 videos are quite a bit easier. Still, I mean, that doesn't make the completing those other episodes any less satisfying, because it really is. It's really great looking back at the work you've done and saying, gosh, that was really cool. But sometimes you come to an impasse, and I came to an impasse with the Vampire the Masquerade story I was doing. Vampire the Masquerade inspired playthrough. So, I finished up the murder mystery in Windhelm, and then I just didn't know what to do with myself afterwards. Yes, this room it's a very old-fashioned type room, very kind of vintage. I try to keep things pretty anachronistic, so not in any specific time, but kind of out of it. So, and then I'm doing the garden over here, marking these little plots as guides. These don't work like they did in The Sims 3, where you can just paint over that and there's nothing that gets underneath. With this game, you have to color within the lines. So that's what I've been doing. But anyway, tiles are also a really great way to make sure that you stay where you're supposed to. So, like I said, kind of like the lines in a coloring book. So this is, I believe, the second to last farmhouse that there will be in this town. Farm building, I should say, because after this one, I have a little Greek revival house that's going to go up right next to this house. And after that, well, it's probably going to be pretty similar to this lot here, but with some different plants growing in the garden. I put a lot of these little flowers on the door, and I eventually decided to change those flowers from pink to white, and you'll see why in a moment. It is because I wanted to have some garlic bulbs around the door just to keep the vampires out. I mean, there's only a couple vampires in the save. I mean, I haven't had the heart to delete a lot of the townies that have been there. I mean, of course, I delete the random ones because they kind of annoy me. But These ones, the pre-made ones, gosh, I don't want to get rid of the calientes. Yeah, I made a little wreath on the door. And your sim can also walk through that wreath, so it doesn't prevent them from going inside, which is good. I was kind of worried about that, but I mean, if you're gonna have a wreath, you need to put it on the door. So yeah, I don't want to get rid of the calientes or the goths, but you know, we'll just have to see. I'm not really sure where I will put either of those guys. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's a map that I not really drew. I kind of photoshopped some labels on it with the different people, and yeah, I had a map kind of planned out of where everyone would be. But yeah, I'm not really sure if that map is going to play out. So we'll just have to work on that. Because I would like the goths and the calientes to be in this town. I'd feel bad deleting them. I mean, maybe not renaming them, but deleting them definitely. I originally planned this sim to have the name Rosemary Time, but I decided against it because that name is totally overused. So now she's Persephone Shelley. Percie for short. Just because I've got to have some kind of... all the sims that I make have to have some connection to what's the word I'm looking for? Ah, my mind went blank. They all have to have some loose connection to horror. Now, Percie is a very autumn-y type of sim, and her look is a little bit more 70s-ish. Which is okay. I want the buildings in the town to look alike, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everyone has to be dressed the same. You know? I still want to keep the tech pretty light on these sorts of things, on these people. Which I will do. Yeah, she's got some very simple clothes. Not simple. Just some clothes and things. And I made her, a bookworm, a neat freak, and a loner. Bookworm, so she enjoys... No, I think I might have changed that to loves the outdoors. I can't remember. No, she stays a bookworm. And I always choose neat for my gardener sims because it's really annoying to have a puddle on the ground and it just stays there and you can't get rid of it. And you try to mop it up and it says, yeah, you'd have to be a neat freak to, you know, mop up a puddle that's outside. Gosh, what's wrong with you? No, but it's annoying. And you have to just wait for it to eventually dry up. There's Vlad. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go attack you guys. Oh, never mind. Garlic. The Sims in this game are so funny. And here we have some guests. This is Cicero and the Whateleys. And I really wanted Persephone to become friends with Cicero. Just because, I don't know, I love Cicero so much. Yay, Cicero! But yeah, things didn't go so well. My sim ended up embarrassing herself several times, and she just kept on making things worse. So in the end, I kind of cheated them to get the relationship up. I know. But this is the stage where I'm just trying to set up the story, so doing a bit of cheating is okay. I'm not in the challenge portion quite yet. The challenge here is just filling things up and not getting distracted from that major goal. My dog's here. He just got a haircut and he's the absolute cutest. Yes, I also tried to make friends with Lavinia Waitley. Hey there, Stinky Bear. And do some reading. And I switched her aspiration over to Friend of the World for a little bit, just so she could go around and meet people and talk to them. Here she is watering the plants, and those are the puddles. Silly puddles. And then Vlad's like, what a lovely neck you have. I don't know. I imagine that's his voice. I don't know what he would actually sound like if he could talk. And then I said, okay, well, if you're gonna keep going around here, why don't I just try to befriend you? Unfortunately, if you befriend somebody, but you're on a different aspiration, it doesn't count towards your befriending aspiration. So yeah, it's still like that first level of Friend of the World is the toughest. Then Vlad disappeared into a cloud of smoke. So then I thought, well, maybe Katrina will be my friend. And so there's some more chatting there, and for some reason, Katrina became flirty, and all I did was talk about books. I don't understand. I'm not going to even think about why that could be. And cloud gazing didn't seem to get their relationship up, so much for that. Yes, we're nearing the end of this episode, so if you guys enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to leave a like or a comment down below. It absolutely means the world to me. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day. Random Cicero.